Lila woke to the sound of waves crashing. Disoriented, she remembered the storm, the terrifying plunge. She was alive. Her eyes fell on an unfamiliar shoreline, palm trees swaying in the breeze. Paradise, but a cruel one because she was stranded. A figure emerged from the trees, tanned and lean. He introduced himself as Kai. He had been fishing when the storm tossed her yacht onto the reef. "We're alone," he said, his voice deep and steady, "but we'll be okay." Lila, used to luxury, felt a wave of panic. Okay, how could they be okay? She pointed to the wreckage. "My phone, my things." Kai shook his head. Gone, swallowed by the sea. Lila sank onto the sand, despair washing over her. She was alone, stripped of everything that defined her. Kai watched her, his expression unreadable. "We need to find shelter," he said, already moving inland. Lila, hesitant but with no other choice, followed him into the dense green embrace of the island. Life on the island was harsh, finding food, building shelter. It was a constant struggle. Lila, used to being waited on, was clumsy, helpless. Kai, resourceful and strong, took charge. He taught her how to fish with sharpened sticks, how to identify edible plants. Lila watched him. Fascinated, he moved with a confidence she envied, his hands calloused but sure. He had grown up on a nearby island, the son of a fisherman. Life had always been a struggle for him, yet he faced each challenge with a quiet strength that amazed her. One evening, as they shared a meager meal of roasted fish, Lila confessed, "I don't know how to do anything. I've never had to." Kai looked at her, his dark eyes surprisingly gentle. "You're learning," he said simply. His words were kind, but Lila felt the sting of truth in them. She was a jumble of contradictions, a privileged princess struggling to survive in a pauper's world. But as the days turned into weeks, she felt a new kind of strength blooming within her, a resilience she never knew she possessed. The days fell into a routine, fishing at dawn, foraging for food, reinforcing their makeshift shelter. It was a simple life, stripped bare of all the complexities of their former lives. Yet Lila found a strange sense of peace in it. One evening, as they sat by the fire, sipping water from coconut shells, Kai pointed to the sky. "Look," he whispered, and Lila gasped. The stars were breathtaking, a million pinpricks of light against the velvet canvas of the night. Kai knew the names of all the constellations, stories passed down through generations of his seafaring family. He spoke of celestial navigators and ancient myths, his voice low and mesmerizing. Lila, who had only ever seen the stars from her balcony in the city, felt a sense of awe. As Kai spoke, Lila found herself drawn to him, not just by his knowledge, but by the quiet passion in his voice. He looked at the stars not with the detachment of someone who had taken them for granted, but with the reverence of a man who understood their power and beauty. In that moment, surrounded by the vastness of the ocean and the brilliance of the stars, Lila felt a connection with Kai that transcended their differences. They were two souls, stripped bare, sharing a moment of wonder under the infinite sky. Lila woke to the sound of crashing waves and a heart full of fear. The storm, a raging beast just moments ago, had calmed, leaving behind a trail of destruction and the wreckage of the small plane. She was alive, but Kai, the only other passenger, was unconscious. Fear turned to determination. She had to help him. She dragged him further onto the beach, away from the encroaching tide. His breathing was shallow, his brow hot with fever. Days turned into weeks. Lila, armed with her wits and a hope that refused to die, kept them both alive. She found fresh water, learned to identify edible plants, and built a rudimentary shelter from the wreckage. Every sunrise was a victory, every sunset a promise whispered to the vast expanse of the ocean, a promise to save them both. One day Kai stirred. His eyes, the colour of the deep blue sea, opened slowly, finally focusing on Lila. He was weak, his voice a mere rasp, but he was alive. Lila felt a surge of relief so profound it brought tears to her eyes. Their journey of survival had just begun. Little did they know, it was also the beginning of a love story. Their days were consumed with the necessities of survival. They worked side by side, their initial awkwardness slowly giving way to a comfortable familiarity. Lila was amazed by Kai's resilience, his quiet strength as he recovered. He, in turn, was captivated by her spirit, her unwavering optimism that shone brighter than any tropical sun. He found solace in her laughter, a melody more beautiful than any birdsong on the island. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon,
Painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Kai presented Lila with a gift. He had carefully crafted a necklace from seashells, each one unique and beautiful, just like her. Lila's heart swelled with emotion. It wasn't the shells themselves, but the thought behind them. This small act of kindness, a beacon of hope and affection in their isolated world, spoke volumes. It was a silent acknowledgement of the bond growing between them. A bond woven from shared hardship, quiet understanding, and a spark of something deeper, something akin to love. As weeks melted into months, their connection deepened. They shared stories under the starlit sky, tales of their past lives, their dreams, their fears. Lila learned about Kai's passion for photography, his desire to capture the beauty of the world. Kai discovered Lila's love for writing, her words painting vivid pictures in his mind. They found solace in each other's company, a shared laughter that echoed through the palm trees, a silent understanding that transcended words. One day, while exploring the island's interior, Kai stumbled upon a secluded meadow. Wildflowers in a riot of colors carpeted the ground, their sweet fragrance carried on the gentle breeze. He carefully collected a bouquet, each flower a testament to the love blossoming in his heart. He presented them to Lila, his eyes mirroring the emotions he couldn't yet articulate. Lila accepted the flowers, her heart overflowing with love. It was no longer just a shared struggle for survival. It was love that bloomed amidst the ruins of their old lives. A love as pure and wild as the island that brought them together. The sight of a rescue boat on the horizon filled them with a mix of relief and trepidation. They were being saved, returning to the world they once knew. But what would become of the love they found? As they boarded the boat, hands intertwined, they cast one last look at the island. It was their prison, their sanctuary, the birthplace of their love. Back in the bustling world, amidst the familiar chaos, they felt adrift. The city lights seemed too bright, the noises too loud. They had changed. The island had stripped them bare, revealing their true selves, and in the process, they had found each other. The island wasn't just a place, it was a testament to their resilience, their love. It was a reminder that even amidst the wreckage, something beautiful could bloom. Adjusting to their old lives was harder than they imagined. The experience had changed them, their perspectives irrevocably altered. The material possessions, once so important, now seemed trivial compared to the depth of their love. They found solace in each other's company, their shared experience a bond that couldn't be broken. They built a life together, a life no longer defined by their careers or past ambitions, but by the love that had sustained them. Kai's photography took on a new depth, capturing the raw beauty of human connection. Lila's writing, infused with their shared experience, resonated with readers, her words a testament to the enduring power of love. They knew their love was unique, forged in the crucible of survival. It was a love that had weathered the storm and emerged stronger, a beacon of hope in a world that often felt cold and indifferent. Years later, sitting on a beach, the familiar sound of waves crashing against the shore, they looked at each other, their love a silent promise reflected in their eyes. The island may have brought them together, but it was their choice to nurture the love that bloomed amidst the wreckage. They had learned that love wasn't just a feeling, it was a choice, a commitment to stand by each other through life's storms. And as they watched the sun set, painting the sky in a familiar palette of orange and purple, they knew their love was a journey without end, a love story written in the sands of time, a love stronger than any storm. The island was a chapter in their lives, a chapter that had ended, but the love, oh, the love lingered, a sweet melody in the symphony of their lives.